Welcome to Catholic Views, where we get to know the faith and those who live it. I'm your host, Renee Kranz. On today's show, we will have Emily Leadham in the studio. She hasn't been on the show for a while, so we wanted her to come in and talk about what Christmas is like at her house with now 4 girls. They just had another baby, and it's getting kind of her poor husband is definitely being outnumbered at this point. But she came in to talk about what their family Christmas is like, and also about grief and healing during the holidays. First, we get some Biblical Bites with Dr. B. Aforementioned Dr. Bergwald is sitting across from me here.
The aforementioned.
Aforementioned. What was it?
Anyway.
What? Okay.
Insofar as.
Insofar as. Okay, I was close. Aforementioned.
What's today, Renee?
It is the last Sunday in Advent. So
yeah, is that what we call it? Okay.
There's 4.
There's 4. And we are in what cycle of readings of the 3 Sunday cycles?
A?
Ooh,
C.
Yes. Yeah, we're in C.
Forgot for a second.
And C, we draw, therefore, for the gospel, we hear primarily from...
Luke?
Did you just look down?
No, I can't read that.
I know, I didn't think you could. Yep, so Luke is the right answer. So today, we get the gospel account, part of the gospel account of the visitation. So for our viewers or listeners who aren't maybe Catholic or Christian, I should say, what is the visitation?
The visitation is when Mary went to visit her cousin Elizabeth in another town.
And why would Mary... Okay, right, okay. I'll stop asking you questions. It's okay, great. So this happens right after what?
After the Annunciation.
Right. So Gabriel is sent. We read at the beginning middle-ish of chapter 1 of Luke's Gospel. Gabriel's sent to the town of Nazareth in Galilee, up in the northern part of the Holy Land, to a virgin named Mary, betrothed to Joseph, and announces, "Hail, full of grace," the Annunciation. At the end, and part of Gabriel's message is that Mary's cousin Elizabeth has conceived a child in her old age.
Right.
For nothing will be impossible for God. One of the things because we don't get that in the account, today's gospel just starts this way. Mary set out and traveled to the hill country in haste to a town of Judah, where she entered the house of Zechariah and greeted Elizabeth. This is right after. So, and the angel, behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord, may it be done to me according to thy word. And the angel departed from her. Mary set out in haste is the next one you read.
Oh, okay.
So it's right away.
Right.
So the thing that has long struck me that I want to just point out, Mary immediately thinks of her cousin. But there's a couple ways in which she could think of her cousin. So this is the rest of today's gospel. To a town where she entered the house of Zechariah and greeted Elizabeth. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the infant leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth, filled with the Holy Spirit, cried out in a loud voice and said, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. And how does this happen to me, that the mother of my Lord shall come to me? For at the moment the sound of your greeting reached my ears, the infant in my womb leaped for joy. Blessed are you who believe that what was spoken to you by the Lord will be fulfilled." Mary does not go and say, "Hey, guess what, Elizabeth? I'm pregnant with the Messiah."
Right.
She goes to serve. Immediately upon this incredible news that she's heard from Gabriel, part of which includes, and your cousin's pregnant. She who is barren is pregnant. Mary immediately goes to help her cousin. I think if I were in Mary's shoes, I'd want to run out into the town square in Nazareth. Everybody, guess what? And not necessarily out of pride. Guess what's going to happen to me? But just to announce the good news: the Messiah is coming. Yeah, I'm going to be. But she doesn't even do that. She travels south from Galilee to Judah, to the hill country of Judah, to support her cousin Elizabeth. I just think that's. Mary is the greatest missionary disciple.
Right, yeah.
She is the model of what it means to follow Jesus Christ. So for me, this is another way in which we can learn from her. That rather than thinking about what I should do when something happens, what does the Lord want me to do? And how can I love others as part of what he's done for me?
Yeah, hopefully Mary walks with all of us. Yeah, thanks, Dr. B.